Welcome to From the Cold Corner, a podcast devoted to those impacting the cold food and beverage supply chain. I'm Michael Costa, editor-in-chief of Refrigerated and Frozen Foods magazine, and today our guests, that's plural, the first time we've had two people on the show, are Peter Bartzis, president and CEO of Devanco Foods, and Liz Vanderhoef, marketing manager for Devanco Foods. Welcome to the Cold Corner.
Thank you for the nice introduction there. We appreciate you and everything that your organization stands for, and the fact that you are a company that doesn't go to print, does everything digitally, and is a sustainable company, which is something that we're working towards as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have you both on today because Devanco Foods recently won our Best New Frozen Retail Products contest, placing first out of 20 other products as voted by the public on our website throughout the month of April. And the winning entry from Devanco was their MSG-free Chicken Gyros Kits, which can be found in retail freezer cases across much of the U.S. Devanco also won our contest last year for their regular MSG-free Gyros Kits, so the kits are definitely popular with consumers. And first of all, congratulations on winning our contest this year for the Frozen Retail Products contest. What does the recognition mean to Devanco Foods, especially after you won last year?
Well, the recognition is something that we don't take lightly. It's a very prestigious award. We put it in our marketing materials. We are putting it on our website as we speak. Our new website will be launched last week, that I can't take any credit for because Liz has worked very hard on that, and it's going to be a wonderful website, and we will be featuring the award that we received. Getting that award is something that was really, we're proud of that, because it's something that recognizes us as a manufacturer, and it's something that we can be really proud, and we are proud of all of our products, not just the two that won the last 2 years back to back. But the fact that winning the award with such wonderful products out there, we're honored to be the recipients of that award.
And I think it says a lot too that it's consumer voted based. So we have a lot of people that love our products and follow the Devanco brand, especially here in the Chicagoland area. And so when we rolled out the Chicken Gyro Kit, they were super excited because they could pick up just the traditional Gyro Kit, and right next to it they could pick up the Chicken Gyro Kit, so that they could kind of give themselves a little bit of variety. And so everybody was really excited about that addition, and so they were excited to help us win this award too.
Especially through the pandemic. I don't mean to interrupt, but through the pandemic, everybody rushed to the grocery stores. Convenience was a big thing, and we had a 6-pack of gyros that was for a family, but now you've got the millennials that are out there shopping, and there's not 6 people in their household, so it can make sandwiches for 3, and the price point was such a good price point, $5 for 3 gyro sandwiches approximately. And you go to a retail or a food service outlet, and you're going to pay $5 for a sandwich. So they have the convenience of being able to make it at home, and also the safety during the pandemic of making it at home and not being exposed to any of the fears that we all were fearing during that period. And it's just fantastic that things are opening up again. But our retail sales have continued to grow. Last year, they grew by 150%, and we were able to pivot when food service dropped off the table and there was no restaurants open. And we were fortunate enough to come out with several products that fit the retail category and the price points that were necessary. And Liz did a fantastic job on all of that packaging.
Thanks.
And what about the actual chicken gyros themselves? What do you think there is that resonates with consumers?
I think it's the variety, the fact that, as Liz said, you can get the regular gyro kit, and then that's a beef and lamb product, but then you also can get a chicken, which chicken is perceived as being a healthier item. It is a healthier item. There's a little less calories in it, and it gives you variety at home. So people love gyros. It's we sell it in every state. We export it throughout the world, and it's just something that is a sandwich that is still under the radar, but it is becoming mainstream right now, especially with a chain like Arby's putting it on the menu. So.
And there's a lot of versatility with the Gyro kits too. So, for example, we'll test out a bunch of different recipes here. Like we did a buffalo chicken gyro with our chicken gyro kit. We just added some buffalo sauce and some blue cheese in the tzatziki, which was phenomenal. And it's nice because the pita bread, the tzatziki, and the meat all come in the kit. And all you have to do is add your own little flair to everything, and you can switch it up from sandwich to sandwich to sandwich. So people like being able to be versatile with their foods. They can throw it in the oven with some hummus on it, and do like a pita chicken gyro pizza. So there's a lot that you can do with these kits other than just a sandwich, and we're seeing that a lot of people are loving that.
And I think it's important to point out to our audience listening or watching right now that this contest is consumers are the ones that vote the winners for these winner for this contest. It's not me and two other people sitting around and just deciding who wins. So the fact that there's voting every day, the people that voted for Devanco's products in the last two contests are tenacious. I mean, there are some huge companies that were also in this contest, and the voting wasn't close in either contest for the number one slot.
Yeah, so what I think speaks volumes to that is we are a family first company. So we really look to our customers and people who buy our products as our family as well. And I think that speaks volumes because when things like this happen, they're so supportive of us. They're so supportive of our products. And then we just do everything that we can to get the word out there. I mean, you guys gave us the opportunity to be nominated for this award. It's only right that we get the word out there to our, the consumers. So as far as like getting the word out there, we did social media blasts and email blasts. We would sit there and like text a bunch of our like friends and family who have bought the kits. So it's we just have a lot of support from our customers, and we see that with every single rollout of new products that we have.
Liz, you're helping our competitors for next year when we That's okay.
They still have to mobilize their fans though to vote. So
yeah. And that's a little bit different. Is that our competitors in these nominations, they did a great job, and a lot of people showed up for them as well. But I just saw us a little bit more with communication as far as like getting the word out there, like, hey, you guys, this product is here because you wanted it. Like, now let us help us win this award. So.
And to expand on Liz's point about our family first culture in here, that is true. And we treat our vendors, our employees, our customers, and our suppliers, and everybody that has anything to do with Devanco. They walk into Devanco Foods and they see the culture, and they might have a meeting with Liz, but they'll come down to my office and say, wow, you guys have it's great to see an environment where everybody's laughing, having a good time, and still being productive. So everybody enjoys coming to work here, and our customers, we know them as family, and we treat them as family. And what happens at the end of the day is that relationship speaks volumes for how we are able to communicate and get messages out to them. So both on the service and retail side.
And you mentioned earlier that you're in every state, how many stores approximately are your products in?
It's hard to say, but I could say over 500 stores are carrying this item because we sell to, let's just say we sell right now to Albertsons. Albertsons takes it into their distribution center and sells it. Like they might take it out west, and then we don't know how many stores it goes in. It goes to the Midwest location. We know we're in all the Albertsons in Chicago, which is 180 stores approximately. We're in Mariano's. Which Mariano's goes to Roundy's, and that is something that we end up selling to them, and then they sell it to all their stores. Now that means that Roundy's other stores buy it as well, And so it's really hard to say, but it's at least 500. I don't want to overestimate it, rather underestimate that number.
Okay.
Of just this product, but collectively we're in
Oh, yeah, of this product.
2,500
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
2,500. Yeah.
And you mentioned how your sales went way up during the pandemic. How did you also scale your distribution to get your product out there?
Well, pre opening of the economy, we had no issues with labor, and our lines are equipped to switch from one product to another. Our food service and our retail items are basically the same. So you're getting food service items that you're able to buy at the grocery store level. So by just switching the packaging, by just switching the line time, because food service went from 100% to 30% because of all the closings, and retail just exploded. So we were able to pivot, do new packaging, get new styling out there, get a new hamburger line out there. We do a lot of private label as well for larger chains, and that's how we're in every state. Don't want to name names, but there's some pretty big chains that publicly traded companies and privately held companies that are nationwide that our products go through.
Okay. And then are you considering a e-commerce or direct-to-consumer strategy yet, or you have your hands full with food service and retail?
So we're actually working on it. Super excited to announce this. I think this is the first time we've talked about it publicly, but we are working on a e-commerce strategy. So we're hoping within the next, I would say, 3 to 6 months that would be live. But we're working really hard on determining which products are going to do best on e-commerce, how to get those products to people's stores, one, the most cost-effective way, and two, the most sustainably, sending it to them the most sustainable way as well. So we're working through that right now.
To expand on that a little bit, one thing that we never do, which our customers appreciate, is we never undercut our customers. So what we're going to try to do is reach people that can't buy our products, because we get emails all the time. Where can I buy this? Is it in my zip code? And we'll try to find a store in their zip code. But there are certain locations, and let's say it's rural America, and they cannot get a Euro sandwich, or they can't get our Italian beef kits, or they can't get any of our items that they want. So what we're going to do is have a higher price point than what our stores sell it for. So that is only fair to the people that have gotten us to where we are. So that's why e-commerce has taken a little bit longer for us to launch, but we're going to do it right so that the consumer can still buy it at a fair price in a market they might not be able to buy it in, but also at the same time not undercut our existing customers who are then going to come back and say, hey, wait a minute, I thought you're selling this for less than we sell it for. Well, no, we're not going to do that. We don't want to disrupt the success we've had so far.
And as we talked about sustainability earlier, what areas of sustainability are important to Devanco?
Well, I want to touch on that a little bit. As you know from last year, I lost a son 3 years ago now who was in the sustainability industry. He was doing solar farms all over the country, selling electric back to the grids, and then also selling the tax credits back to private equity companies. And he was a superstar in his field. And what he always preached to us is sustainability. He was always a turn off the lights and recycle kid. And when he went to college, he went to ASU, Arizona State, and they are the only school in the country that offers a sustainability and business degree together. So there's either sustainability that runs through the science program or business that runs through the business school. And neither one knows anything about the other side of the coin. You'd be surprised how many people, when he went to college in 2010 and we said he was studying sustainability, that would say, what's that? It really has become a buzzword in the last 10 years. So he was way ahead of the curve. So for us, we're passionate about that, and we're committed. Even these chicken gyro kits, which, the younger generation is very conscious of the future of our planet, as are we. So our Euro kits, the chicken and the beef, are all made in sustainable packaging. So our goal is to have all of our packaging be sustainable by 2025. So we're pushing our vendors to get into that and make it at a price point that it is feasible so that we don't have to overprice when we go out to the field. We're also looking at alternative energies on our facility here, getting solar panels on our roof, things like that. And, one of our customers is Walmart, and the people really of the country don't know this, but they are the biggest proponents of sustainability in the country. They backhaul manure when their delivery trucks go out. So people think that they're wasteful, but they really aren't. They have solar panels on all of their roofs. In order to do business with them, you have to have a sustainability program. So it could be as simple as recycling the packaging in the boxes that all of our products come in, and we do that as well. So we're very passionate about that, and it's just the wave of the future and the way people are thinking today, especially the younger generation. So it's something that the loss of a child is something I don't wish on anybody, but it's something that we want to make his legacy continue and his mission be part of our mission.
Okay. And what's on the horizon for Devanco the rest of this year and early into next year? And I think the difference this year, obviously, is that you have a large food service client base, and food service is ramping up rapidly right now. And so that'll be something that you didn't have last year.
Correct. It is something that we didn't have last year, and our focus was on retail last year. And whatever food service distributors we did have, we worked with them. And we actually came out with some programs for food service to help the people that knew how to stay in business, because most of our clientele is fast food operators, independents, chains, small chains. So what we did is we formed a partnership with was it DoorDash or Grubhub. And what we did with Grubhub is we had a national program where they were offered a discount. Instead of charging 30%, they would charge them 10% for delivery fee. So we worked with our customers on setting up and teaching them how to navigate the pandemic by opening up for delivery and carry out and setting up pickup stations and things like that. We even helped a new customer in Milwaukee design his store, and his store is not allowed to have a drive-through, but when I recommended a pickup window for him, he was able to set up the pickup window, and now 30% of his business goes out of the pickup window. So, but on the retail side, we just continue to innovate and come out with new products. Came out with a beef bacon that is under the Schmaken bacon label, which that product is a nitrate-free product, which nitrates is another thing that people are concerned with health. And so that's an item that is a fantastic seller. And nobody makes beef bacon. When you say bacon, it's always pork. But we make a beef bacon, and it's halal and kosher. And it's something that we're selling right now to grocery stores, and we do a lot of export with that. So our food service is growing, but our retail continues to grow at, it's not the 150% growth we saw last year, but it still is growing at 40 to 50% this year over last year as well. So we have a big category of items that
we've had multiple of our retail partners reach out to us and let us know, thank you so much for being able to fulfill all the orders, just because we didn't have that issue like a lot of manufacturers. We put in a lot of procedures at the beginning of the pandemic, even before they were mandated, to make sure that our team felt safe and healthy coming to work. So we didn't have the issue of losing staff to COVID, and we didn't have the issue of people getting sick or anything or fearing coming to work. So we were able to fulfill all those orders because of our great team. And that spoke volumes with our retail partners, because they would call us and be like, this vendor wasn't able to get us our order or a complete order. Can you add on X amount of cases? And we were able to fulfill that for them.
Yeah, so. And to Liz's point, before all of the slaughterhouses had all of the COVID cases because they were in close quarter environments, we did temperature checks before anybody at 4:30 in the morning when people were coming in. Everybody would get their temperature checked. We set up separate workstations. We put in separation, 6-foot separation between employees.
We started the masks right away.
A mask mandate we had right away. So we didn't really get hurt by people getting sick to COVID. So that was something, as Liz said, that our vendors really greatly appreciated the fact that we were able to fulfill orders and actually fill in orders for customers that they, for vendors that they couldn't procure products from. So let's say a hamburger line, for instance, if we had 3 rows of hamburgers and one of their suppliers couldn't fill a row, well, what's the retailer going to do? Leave that row empty? No, they're going to put another row of Devanco products out there. So we were able to fulfill our orders at a 99 point, I can't tell you what, it was about 99.6% rate approximately.
Okay. Do you get to keep that retail space after you nudged out the empty shelves?
Yeah, a lot of it we kept, but unfortunately, retail is all about, sometimes you got to buy that space, and if people want to pay money for it, they're going to get it back. We pay our fair share of slotting fees. So that's just part of the retail business, and that's, they operate on low margins and high costs. So I think the retail as a category, they have a 2 to 4% net profit. So a lot of their money comes from slotting fees. So if a competitor is going to offer their slotting fees or give them a higher rate to get the space back, unfortunately, we might lose that. But in a lot of cases, there is some loyalty that we were able to maintain a lot of slots.
Okay. And you've both answered all my questions. Was there anything I missed or something you wanted to add?
Well, no, just the fact that we want to get on the refrigerated side with our with our next product, which again is our farm-to-table hummus that nobody in the world can say they can do except for us right now. So,
and we just want to say also thank you for giving us the opportunity to really place for these awards, and you guys nominating us for these awards and the 2020 Frozen Food Processor Award. It means a lot to us because it helps us as a company grow. The recognition means honestly the world to us, and it's helped us tremendously in the past year. And like there's some things that we can say that we wouldn't have if it wasn't for the recognition you guys have given us.
I second that, and I can tell you that because of that award, that's something that we're very proud of, and that we were able to say to potential new customers that they might not have listened before. It's kind of like the farm to table. That's our differentiating point. Well, we have a point of differentiation by being awarded the Frozen Fruit Processor of the Year by your company, and we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, and I apologize. I completely blanked at the beginning. Devanco was our Frozen Foods Processor of the Year last November.
Correct.
So you haven't just won a couple contests. You've had a few other things happen.
We want to work on the refrigerated side.
We're halfway to our six year
our six-peat there, our 3-peat. We want 2 3-peats like the Chicago Bulls. But what we are going to talk about is, again, our plant-based line is coming out, as well as the hummus, plant-based line. We're rebranding, and we have some fantastic products that we're selling now across the country under the radar because it's a slower launch, but it's something that's been in the works for many, many years. Yeah. And we have some fantastic products that are out there that we're working with some chains right now on food service chains that are pretty large, substantial chains, and our products are fantastic in that category too. So that's maybe for 2022.
We speak a lot about, so we're speaking a lot about like what's on the horizon for the rest of 21 into 2022, and the e-commerce for sure. We're rolling out the brand new website, which is going to be huge for us, which is also going to help with the e-commerce. The focus on the sustainability program is big for us in the next year. Our goal is ultimately 2025, but we're well on the track to be ahead of that goal. And then also focusing on cleaner, better products rolling out. So we focus a lot on cleaner labels with the MSG free. Gyro Kits, the nitrite-free beef bacon. We're moving our Italian beef to an all-natural formula, which is really exciting. So we just have a lot of great things that we're focusing on for the rest of 2021 into 2022. But again, those things.
Yeah, we'll be a different company in 2022 when we have this conversation again. You're going to be, we might get you, we're getting ourselves dizzy right now with all these new projects that are on the horizon. But
especially with the plant-based line, that's going to be big for us.
Yeah, and a new deli line that we're rolling out.
And and the Philly steak.
Philly steaks is another one we're going to put to retail, which is now in food service, and we're in Restaurant Depot right now nationwide with that product, and it's a new item for us. So we have so many new items in the horizons that when we have this conversation next year, you're going to see a whole different company and a whole different website that we're going to have to upgrade for update for new products that are on the table.
Okay, and it's probably a good time for me to plug the refrigerated foods contest. Yeah. For anyone who's listening, we'll have all the entry forms and details up on our website. By the time this airs, it'll be up there. But for you and I, right now, it'll be next week, and that will run throughout the month of August. So voting will be from August 1st to August 31st, and then the same thing will happen where we'll feature the top 5 in the magazine in December, and the overall winner will get a podcast in December as well. So. Listeners, take note.
We'll be talking again in December then.
Okay. Well, thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the recognition that your online magazine has provided us.
Thank you. And thanks to you, our listeners. If you have any comments or questions, you can contact me via email at costam@bnpmedia.com. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast or you have an idea for a topic, please let me know. Until next time, this is Michael Costa from the Cold Corner.